Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special preview of the Space 1999 Laboratory Eagle diecast collectible, available to pre-order from tomorrow, July 31st at gerryanderson.com. My name is Jack Knoll, and I'm joined this evening by Chris Thompson and Andrew Clements, also known as AC. Welcome to both of you, gentlemen. How are we doing this evening?
We're doing good. Thank you for having us back, Jack.
Lovely to have you back. Lovely to have you. AC, always looking magnificent with your Tracy portraits behind you. It's a shame you don't have the equivalent for the Space 1999 cast.
Yes, I wonder what that would look like, Jack. What would be there? I can imagine Victor sitting, deep in thought, and little thought bubble pops out occasionally saying, "I don't know, John."
Well, I just think
so they're just on the Thunderbirds bodies with the sashes in their like department colors.
I just think any room would be improved with a portrait of Alan Carter on it. That's all I can say to that.
Absolutely.
Now, if you are watching us live, don't be shy. Feel free to leave us a comment in the chat, letting us know where in the world you might be watching us from. Bonus points if you're watching us from Moonbase Alpha. If you're flying an Eagle, concentrate on what you're doing. Don't watch us. We really can't afford any more crashes. We've had evening, everybody, from Adrian James. Willow says, "Yay, my favorite boys." I'm assuming she's referring to the portraits behind you and not to us. Let's see. We have someone watching from Florida. And Leek in North Staffordshire. Lovely to have you all joining us this evening. Now, lots coming up, and we're going to try and pack it all in. We are, of course, going to be taking a special early look at the latest Space 1999 Eagle diecast collectible from the Anderson Originals range. This is the Laboratory Eagle variant, long awaited, and that will be going up on the store for pre-order tomorrow, but we're going to have a cheeky early look at it. And of course, Chris and AC were involved in the development of this lovely model, so I'm sure we'll be getting a few behind the scenes insights into how that all came together. Then a little bit later on, we'll be recapping a few other new releases from the Gerry Anderson store. Then we'll be having a little bit of an in-universe, bit of a nerdy chat about all things Eagles, about where they come from, what they are, what they're intended for in the first place, and why they are such cool spaceships, really. And then, to finish things off, I have a rather fiendish Space 1999 quiz that I have set up. But this quiz has a bit of a special twist to it, because if you stay tuned until the end of tonight's live stream, you will be able to take part in a giveaway. There will be a bonus quiz question at the end, and one lucky commenter who gives us the correct answer will be in with a chance of winning something rather unique, something rather exciting from, well, it comes from Mr. Chris Thompson's personal collection. Chris, what could people be in with a chance of receiving this evening?
Well, during the production of a lot of these little models and things, we receive prototypes from the factory, and sometimes they sort of come with things that need to be corrected. So in the instance of the Booster Eagle, the Laboratory Eagle, I received this intermediate version with basically missing detail across there, which does effectively make it unique. So you will be in the chance for winning this.
Lovely. A unique piece of Space 1999 history. I don't think you can get much better than that. That's fantastic. So stay tuned for the end of the stream, and we'll be quizzing you on your Space 1999 knowledge, and we'll see who will get to take that home with them. But for now, I don't think we can keep people in suspense for much longer. We're going to take a look at a quick video unveiling the Laboratory Eagle. So there we are, the latest in the range. Let me pull up a nice, glorious little image for everyone to take a look at, inspect in close detail while I give you a little bit of information. So this is the latest, of course, in the range of Eagles that's been released by Anderson Entertainment over the last couple of years. This is the Laboratory Eagle variant seen in a number of episodes. First introduced, I believe, in Guardians of Piri, but makes a lot of appearances in episodes like the Metamorph and All That Glisters. And chaps, where else does it turn up? Help me out here.
Funnily enough, the end titles of every single episode of season 1.
Of course it is. Yes, you do see that there. Yeah,
it's an interesting, because I was actually on the phone with Richard Ashton, model maker, earlier, and we are trying to like work out why it appeared effectively, because while it has a fairly functional reason to be in season 2, because obviously in the Metamorph they distinctly need a booster eagle, and then it's a laboratory eagle whenever you see All That Glisters. Which sort of again required there to be a different eagle type. In season 1, there is no specific need for an eagle variant. So the only thing I can assume, and I know Richard had talked to the late Brian Johnson before, and there hadn't really been a distinct reason for it. The only thing I can assume is that the special effects crew just really wanted to do something different and have variants, like have a sort of a heavy eagle option, and that must have been sort of taken on board by the writing team for season 2, because they ended up writing at least 2 episodes around this thing. But it is just oddly in the end titles, and it will pop up randomly during season 1 at some points. Usually in AC and I were watching the Last Enemy, and it's on the launch pad taking off, and then when it takes off it turns into a regular eagle. So they clearly knew they wanted to have it there, but then I think it sort of suffered from whenever you got into stock shots, and they didn't really have much in the way of it flying.
Right. And it's interesting because, there are so many different eagle variants, and we've released, so many have come out through the Anderson Originals range, and this one is very close to to me. As a bit of a layman, to me, it's just, it's the standard transporter pod with the, with some bits stuck on the side, basically. But I know it's a bit more technical than that. So is there an in-universe reason for, why this extra space is needed? What makes this particular variant so special and unique?
Well, when we did the manual back in the day, I had to do a bit of jury rigging with it, because obviously it's an eagle with additional boosters. Like, that's the kind of key function of it. But also it has a different interior. Whenever you see the set in All That Glisters, they've actually extended it, but they've extended it lengthwise, not widthwise, which meant that I had to work out, because they had put the astronaut outfit sort of cubby holes that they have at the front, and they double them out in the back as well. And obviously it's not like longer than a normal eagle. So what I did was I had to like sort of try and work it out, like shrink bits, just to kind of get it into the eagle profile, and then add sort of airlocks to each side where the booster sections are. But in universe, I think it is just a heavy lifting eagle with a sort of an adaptable inside that can serve multiple different purposes.
Excellent. Well, reactions from the chat. Let's see. We have a lot of thumbs up coming in from here. So people very happy to see that. Simon here says this will go nicely with my fleet. Yes, of course. If you do have the collection of all the other eagles, this one settles quite nicely. And AC, you actually took some photos for me showing the complete collection, which I'm going to bring up on screen now so that everyone can really appreciate just what these all look like lined up together. So can you talk us through what we're looking at here from left to right?
Okay, well, these are all from the Anderson Original limited edition range, and they're not in any particular order. So they're not in release order or anything like that. But from left to right, we have got the Rescue Eagle, which is used to recover crashed ships and to render assistance to anyone who needs it. We've got the VIP Eagle with the lovely orange sides, which is for those who like to travel in style, such as Commissioner Simmons. We've got the brand new Laboratory Eagle in position number 3 there with its additional side airlocks, which is looking rather splendid. In position number 4, we have got the original Eagle transporter with the standard passenger module. Position 5 and 6, we have the Pallet Eagle and the Winch Eagle with the additional clear stands to give it a little bit of height so that the winch can hang down underneath. And what I've actually done in all of these images, in fact, I should point it out for accuracy's sake, the Winch Eagle comes with 4 radioactive canisters, and the Pallet Eagle also comes with 4 radioactive canisters. And what I've done is I've just put all 8 of them onto the Pallet Eagle's cargo carrying pallet there to basically make it fully stocked and leave the other one as is. And of course, we've got a very special eagle at the back there, which is the limited edition Golden Eagle, which was made to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Space 1999. And the pictures look fantastic, but it looks even better in the flesh. That thing has got more reflections than a hall of mirrors. So
it was
Yes.
the Golden Eagle was quite fun because we had the opportunity to change up the mold a little bit, and because we had the opportunity to do that, I did decide. So historically, when people do Eagles, they do Eagle 1. And Eagle 1 has different leg pods and different detailing and things like that. The Golden Eagle is actually Eagle 2, so it has like paneling along each side and like slightly different detail on those leg pods, and it's a little bit more squatter, I think. Is like it's just a slightly different shape. Yeah, I just took the opportunity to just do something a little bit different, which was quite fun.
Excellent. Yes. And let's take a little bit of a... Well, actually, AC, you have one of these lovely lab eagles with you right now, I believe.
I do indeed.
There it is, right in the box. Well, let's waste no more time. Let's do a little bit of an unboxing, if you will.
Of course.
People know exactly what they're going to be getting.
As anyone who's got any of these models before will know, they all come in this lovely premium packaging with magnetic closing tab at the front. So we're going to open this up. It has our schematics and lovely render by Chris up at the top there. A little bit of info about the Lab Eagle and all the tech specs that you could possibly want. And I've cheated a little bit here. The Eagle is actually sitting on my desk at the moment. It is not in the packaging because it's a little bit of a faff to try and take out all the foam on camera, as I discovered the last time we did the Thunderbird 3 stream. So I'll show you a little bit more of the box. It is very much the standard of the range. It will match in very nicely with any others that you have. It's got the front of the Eagle on the top of the box and the back of the Eagle on the bottom of the box. And I'm going to just take the actual ship itself. And here we have it.
Lovely.
So very, very nice Eagle here. Very well detailed. It has got the main differences underneath. It's obviously got the boosters at the top and bottom on these pods. The configuration of the landing pads under the module is unique to this particular type of Eagle. And the detailing is, as you would expect from these models, fantastic. You've got the silver highlights on the sensor domes at the top and sides there. You've got the spine structure and the very detailed engine assembly at the back there with the various booster rockets and chemical rockets and all of the little landing pads on the end of those stalks there. And it does, of course, come along with the landing pad display base, which is the same as all the other Eagles in the range, to help you create your very own little piece of Moonbase Alpha. And it also comes, of course, with a certificate of authenticity, limited edition, and on the back it lets you know of the other Eagles that are in the range.
Excellent. Lovely stuff. Very, very nicely shown off for us there. Thank you very much indeed. Lots of people very excited about this. Shadow Moth says, more Eagles. Yes, you can never have too many of them, can you? Let's see what else. A lot of people asking about booster variants. Can you tell us a little bit about why you may or may not have included boosters on this particular variant of the Lab Eagle? Because I know sometimes it's shown with or without them, but how did you kind of make that choice about what was going to be on there?
Part of the logic of our stuff, so it's not really a secret that initially this run of Eagles was started by Eagle Moss back in the day. And we effectively took their molds from whenever they sort of went under, and then we retooled them. We basically took sections of them and we went back to scratch and things like that. But it meant that they had done a run of year 2 Eagles. So whenever we came to doing our ones, I didn't want to give people replicas of what they already had. So what I did was I got the engine assembly changed to like the season 1 variant,
right?
Where, because in season 2 they had this sort of bar around the back, and they had more uniform engine blocks. Whereas in season 1, they the engines were sort of asymmetrical slightly. They all kind of went off in slightly different directions, all these little pod things. So going by that logic, in season 1, this never had the boosters. Right. So to be fairly accurate, like this would be as it was seen in episodes like Guardian of Peri or The Last Enemy or things like that. So that's the very specific reason why.
I love that. That's fantastic.
Like, what there is
People
a question
want to know these
about...
things. Like these behind the scenes insights are really important, and I think it's great that you just have that straight.
Well, there is the question of where do we go from here? Because as people are aware, there's not actually. We've sort of completed the main list of Eagles. If we wanted to branch out, we would be going into like the Eagle with the boosters attached from New Adam, New Eve, or the new Eagle with the boosters attached as in the Metamorph. So actually, just while the chat is here, feel free to drop in what you guys would like to see. Would you like to see something like an Ultra Probe or a Meta Probe, which is possible, because there'd be good options to do things that aren't necessarily haven't been done by other people, or would you rather us redirect to UFO or any of the other shows? So I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say, so feel free to drop it down in the chat.
Personally, I think we should have Torchy's rocket.
Yeah, I mean, why hasn't that happened yet?
No one else has done it.
I'm asking now, why are we getting so many Eagles when Torchy's rocket is right there, guys? Yeah. Come on. No, everyone loves their Eagles, and it's quite right that people should want more of them. Now, it's worth mentioning that some of the lovely Eagles that AC has very kindly photographed for us, of course, this is a limited edition range, so once they sell out, they have sold out. But it's worth mentioning that we do still have a few different variants that are still available on the Gerry Anderson store. You can go and pick them up right now. The Pallet Eagle, the Winch Eagle, and if you're so inclined, the lovely gold Eagle for the 50th anniversary is also still available. So head over to gerryanderson.com and you can go and pick that up right there. Now, going back to Chris's request for comments, we have this one from Get Poke. Apologies if I'm saying that wrong. Would love a Hawk Eagle. Built the model when it came out, but something solid would be nice. Mark Pledger also says Hawk would be great. Iron Crew says, give us Terrorhawks diecast models, you cowards.
I would love to do Terrorhawks diecast models if we could have a reasonable certainty that you would buy them.
Yep.
I think Jack and I had this discussion the other night, in fact, and we said that the crossover between the people who would buy Terrorhawks models and the people who would want the diecast Terrorhawks models in this size is basically a perfect Venn diagram overlap. It's the sweet spot. So if we could get like a limited edition Battlehawk in this sort of size, in this kind of packaging, I think it would sell out, because
you see, that's the thing. I think if we could do a Battlehawk that was in the scale of the original toy, But obviously it's at a presumably a fair price of closer to the £100 as opposed to the £50,000 that one guy keeps listing it for on eBay. But to probably artificially raise
well, we won't nudge people towards that. Instead, Gun Point of View says definitely a Hawk or one of the guest alien ships. Yes, that's good. Has there been any discussion about alien spaceships that you might like to see in the range?
Funnily enough, I have been modeling some of the alien ships for people who have been following my Instagram, but you'll find out more about that later.
Yes. Well, let's see. There was one other. Yes, the Random Think says, I suppose one of the crashed models. I mean, you can make that variant yourself quite easily if you drop it. No, lovely stuff. All great suggestions. Thank you all very much for bringing those in. And yes, Laboratory Eagle available to pre-order from tomorrow from the Gerry Anderson store. So head along and pick that up before it sells out, along with lots of other Space 1999 goodies for us to enjoy. But I want to briefly segue away from Space 1999. I know, terrible. But that, Gerry Anderson made this other show. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Thunderbirds. Not a big deal. And I believe that something quite exciting has started landing on people's doorsteps. Perhaps one of you chaps. Oh, Chris, of course, has it to hand. It's, of course, the Thunderbirds International Rescue Technical Operations Manual. It is now shipping from the Gerry Anderson store. You can pick it up right now and get your copies of it. Chris, how does it feel to have that labor of love in hand for everyone to enjoy?
It smells good. It smells like it's got that new book smell. Going full Lee Sullivan for like the opening here, but yeah, it's I finished this just under a year ago.
Right.
So I'd love to thank everyone for their patience. The special edition did arrive today. My laptop is currently sitting on it. But
of course,
that's not what that's supposed to be for, Chris.
Yeah, it's just to raise my laptop so I've got an eye line. But no, some of the goodies have also arrived.
Oh, good.
So we've got our ID card signed by Jeff Tracy.
Lovely. I'm gonna make you bigger so that everyone can see what you're showing us.
So
lovely.
Traditional ID card. We've got this wonderful letter from Jeff Tracy, which I'm trying to get the white balance on. You have to just there we go.
There you go.
Take the word on it that there is in fact text there. You've got the size chart, which is also available as a T-shirt, courtesy of Tim at Ants Entertainment. And then the communicator is currently in the box.
Oh, you've got one, haven't you? You got a prototype somewhere.
Yeah, I do have the prototype, which is in this one.
We're all on the edge of our seats.
Do it.
This. So
there we go.
Yep, comes with a fancy little holder for it as well.
Sorry, can you hold that up one more time?
So we've got the stick communicator, and this is what they would have had on Thunderbird 5 and Thunderbird 1. And then it comes with a little stand, which
lovely opportunity to take a look at Chris's shelves, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very nice shelves, aren't they?
It's very nice. Yeah.
So and that just sits on there like that, and then you can have it on your desk, and people can be like, "What's that?" And you can be like, "Let me tell you about my special interest, Thunderbirds."
Yes,
it's a trap.
Now, of course, sadly, the special edition with all those lovely goodies in sold out almost immediately because it was so unbelievably popular. However, the standard edition, which is the book, which is very lavishly illustrated and full of all sorts of technical details about international rescue, is still available from the Gerry Anderson store. So head along there and go and pick that up.
It's 300 pages. If you're the Space 1999 crowd, which if you're on this stream you probably are, Like, it is slightly thicker than the Space 1999 manual, but very much in keeping.
Excellent. Yes, lovely that you've been able to keep up the kind of continuity of that range. Speaking of continuing the range, I have one more little item to share with you, and it is this. It's the Metamorph on 4K Collector's Edition Steelbook. This is available to pre-order now from the Gerry Anderson store. It is due out in the autumn of 2026. This is a brand new restoration in keeping with the previous Breakaway 4K release. This is a brand new restoration of the premiere episode of season 2, featuring Catherine Schell as Maya for the first time, but also the wonderful Brian Blessed appearing as Mentor as well. So very lovely episode, really great fun, and to have it in 4K looking all shiny and pristine, better than it ever has before after 50 years, I think is pretty extraordinary. So I heartily recommend that everyone heads along to the Gerry Anderson store and goes to take a look at that. And in fact, we are going to be screening the trailer for that right now, as well as a few other little teasers and adverts, a few vintage retro ones, as well as brand new stuff as well. I'm going to be showing that for you. Just to let you know, we're not streaming in 4K right now. Sadly, the modern internet has not quite stretched to my headquarters yet, so we're not streaming in 4K, but nevertheless, here's a chance to take a look at the Metamorph coming very soon indeed. Here we go.
Go and see what we've seen. Mindless hulks, destroyed by your father. Let us out so we can stop him.
It's like a graveyard of spaceships.
We're right in the middle of it.
We've made contact with the people down here. Our senses misinformed us about this planet. There are huge subterranean areas which are habitable.
What do you think of these Alphans, Maya?
Will the rest of them help us too?
Yes, I'm sure they will. They are intelligent people.
I want you to evacuate Moonbase Alpha as soon as possible.
Evacuate? He's selling out.
Can't be.
You will do as ordered.
You are clever, Maya. But one day we must find a better outlet for your gifts.
Capturing it in 4K just means that we are celebrating all the amazing work from all the people who worked on the show and just showing how far above and beyond they went.
Security alert. All standby crews to position.
Space 1999 feels like the next step in the evolution of science fiction television being made in England.
This was a show that wanted to be about real science, not science fiction.
Send an armed ship to our planet and talk of peace.
The amazing new lolly from Lion's Made, Space 1999. Icy lime flavor outside, oozy red center. Space 1999 with free picture cards from Lion's Made.
I'm Martin Landau.
I'm Barbara Bain.
Join us for Space 1999 right here on WGN Television 9.
Everything you could imagine about the future and what exists beyond the boundaries of outer space are vividly confronted in Space 1999, the unlimited adventure series.
Be sure to watch every week Space 1999 here on WGN Television 9.
Space 1999. It's going to be a very good year.
We have just survived our second encounter with a space wreck.
If there's anything out there that can help you, then together, you'll find it.
Tony, we'd better see this.
I mean, you've got to love a bit of super space theatre, haven't you? It's great. And amazing to have a new super space theatre film in the form of Prisoners in Space as well. Fantastic stuff. Definitely recommend picking up that Blu-ray set from the Gerry Anderson store. If you're just joining us, welcome. We are chatting all about the Space 1999 Laboratory Eagle die-cast collectible coming out tomorrow from the Gerry Anderson store. It's a lovely looking model. AC beautifully swooshing it around for us there. How well does it swoosh, gentlemen?
I'll give it the full swooshability test. Right, brace yourselves, everyone.
I was heartily worried that you were going to chuck that at your camera there.
Okay, I think
you need to do the full Bringers of Wonder, like meow.
10 out of 10 would swoosh again.
I haven't had this much fun since I burnt Grandma's wig.
Right. I want to have a quick chat about Eagle variants and a bit of in-universe lore, because I am not so well read as you chaps, because of course you were the writers behind the Space 1999 Moonbase Alpha Technical Operations Manual. So I want you to educate me a little bit about the history of the Eagle. So I suppose first question really is like, why was the Eagle initially developed in universe before the moon was blasted out of orbit and all of that? What's the history behind this particular spaceship?
Well, the Eagle is a successor to the Falcon. The Falcon is something that was created for the original Starlog Space 1999 manual. And while it didn't have a design back then, I ended up retroactively making it the Chris Foss Eagle that Chris Foss had used in the promotional art for Space 1999. So if people remember, let me consult the Bible.
Here we go.
There we are.
One Chris Foss Eagle design.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
So I had to sort of interpret what was on top of it as opposed to on bottom of it. But one of the key things that I sort of came out of that is that it's it's a single vehicle. It's not modular in the same way that the Eagle is. So what the Eagle ended up becoming is a much cheaper, much more convertible design. For the book, we came up with a prototype version. We had a test bed version, which was based on the old Apollo flying bedstead. And then we had an intermediate version, which actually I had designed probably whenever I was like 18, 19, which is effectively the Eagle you know and love, but without anything like a reactor. Like, it's all battery powered, and it's much more like, again, the flying bedstead. And eventually we streamlined it into this, what you see on the screen. And the idea, and I think the idea back in the day, is that the Eagle is a workhorse. There's nothing flashy about it. And if you look at every Eagle miniature, and we've tried to replicate it with the designs, is that you've got all these little dots and lines and rivets, and they're basically unique to every Eagle. And they added way more over the course of the show. And I've always quite liked the fact that like no eagle is identical. They've all had different sort of production histories. They've all had bits more like sensors welded onto them and bits taken out and bits recycled, and because obviously they lose so many of them, it probably has to. You could probably take 2 crashed eagles and make a fully functional repaired eagle out of it. So
that's a good idea. I hadn't thought of that.
Like Carter keeps doing it.
Yeah. Didn't we establish that Koenig crashes just about as many eagles as Carter does?
I think he does.
It's got to be pretty close, sure. Yeah. No, that's great. And so, yeah, I guess leading on from that, is there, since the moon was blasted out of orbit and that terrible thing happened that day,
I remember
was there a continuing effort on Moonbase Alpha to continue adapting the Eagle, coming up with new variants? Is that something that they're capable of doing post Breakaway, or are they kind of stuck with what they've got after the moon got blown out of orbit?
It's sort of the question when you sort of talk in canon, because canonically in Breakaway they say that all Eagles are committed to the moon situation, and a number of them obviously drop off because of the magnetic radiation, but we're sort of led to believe that most of them blow up in the disaster.
Right.
So we did try to come up with a rough number of how many Eagles Moonbase Alpha is able to actually contain. I think it is something like 40 or something. And there are enough Eagles to store all 300 people on Moonbase Alpha, because when you get to the Seance Spectre, they're able to evacuate everyone to the fleet of Eagles and just hang above the moon while they redirect its orbit. So it's they are clearly able to build them if needs be. And I think they do build the re-entry glider just literally off just using their own materials very quickly. So they're all engineers and scientists and stuff. I'm sure they're able to refine minerals from the moon itself. So in terms of actually adapting them and modifying them, I think you probably see it a little bit. Like in the book, we do talk about the eventual final Operation Exodus, that because at some point Moonbase Alpha has to evacuate to a planet, and they'd have to do it in relatively short order, giving in that in the show, if they find a habitable planet, there's generally a ticking clock of a couple of days for them to be able to decide whether they can actually drop down or not. So I designed effectively a habitation pod. Yes, thank you, AC. Where basically a bunch of Eagle modules that can be sort of positioned together to create a small settlement. So yeah, yes, and they do other stuff, like they've got Eagles with lasers. They say they've got Eagles with missiles, so I'm sure they're able to do all sorts. They have the Eagle that's coated in all the the
graphite Eagle.
The graphite Eagle, yeah. So they can strip them down quite easily and modify them.
Yes, they're very talented. They're very good, all those technicians on Moonbase Alpha. They really know what they're doing.
Great bunch of lads.
Yes. So I have to ask you, chaps, which is your favorite variant of an Eagle? If you had to pick one that you could travel around in, well, which one's the nicest to look at and which one is the nicest to ride around in? And I'd be interested if people in the chat want to chip in with their suggestions as well.
AC, you go first.
I do like the VIP module just because I like the color orange. I think it's a pleasant color to look at. And
lovely. Now, does the VIP module had any internal modifications that make it slightly fancier to travel in?
Yes.
Yes,
it's very, very. Let me see. What would the word be? He says, scanning quickly to see if we included a VIP interior in the manual anywhere.
I didn't include the interior, but we do list that it's got a galley and enhanced safety features.
Because you want to protect the more important people, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's functionally the same, but like there's just that additional galley. Like it's for VIPs, and
15% more leather on the chairs.
How well stocked is the drinks cabinet? I think is
I would say moderately well stocked.
Well, before and after Commissioner Simmons has been aboard, I suppose the stock changes a little bit. What about you, Chris? Favorite Eagle variant?
So, like AC, I do like a splash of color. And actually, back when I used to do the Space 1999 trailers for Big Finish, I would add liveries to like not only just the passenger module, but also sometimes to the front section as well, just to add a little bit of visual interest. I do really like the booster / lab laboratory pod. There's something feels quite complete about this, which sometimes the basic Eagle doesn't have. But I think ultimately it's the Rescue Eagle which kind of bounces both for me, because I like the interior with all the like extra gubbins, and I like the red stripes which are very bold. Though the Future Dude Eagle that was done for the new documentary, Jeffrey Morris, I think it was, with the blue livery that he did for that is also quite funky. So
that's lovely. Well, you're in good company about the Rescue Eagle. We've had a few people mention the Rescue Eagle. I have to say, probably my favorite one as well. Just love anything with a bit of splash of color is always.
You can tell
nice
we're all Thunderbirds
see.
fans.
Yeah, yes, at heart, that's where we're all at. But of course, we have a bit of love for the classic Eagle as well, which would be sort of the regular, I suppose, the regular Eagle transporter pod, which sees more outings than any of the others. I do think it's funny as well. We were talking a bit about where the Lab Eagle appears in the show or where it doesn't appear in the show. There's occasionally a few continuity errors, let's potentially say, where a traditional regular Eagle pod suddenly transforms into a lab pod and back again. Is there any accounting for that in the technical manual, or are there certain points when you're writing these books where you have to look at it and go, we can't really explain why that happened?
Well, there's an argument to be made that they do carry several cardboard decoy eagles for aliens to target, if you know what I mean. Ho-wink, ho-wink.
Now, just briefly changing topic, I wanted to flag Alien Tenno's comment here saying, off topic, I want Skydiver with detachable Sky One. Well, kind of funny you should say that, really, because, stay tuned. Coming soon from Anderson Entertainment.
Listed without comment.
We'll say no more than that. So anyway, I appreciate you chaps taking the time to share a little of your Space 1999 expertise with us, but I think it might be time for us to dive into a bit of a quiz. Do you feel ready for that?
Well, you said quiz and my palms have already started sweating again, so yeah, bring it on.
Yeah, all right. Well, stay tuned, everyone, for the end of the quiz, because there will be a bonus question at the end, which everyone will be able to participate in to win that lovely prototype Lab Eagle that Chris has been showing us off for us this evening. So
this wasn't the one
tuned.
I dropped earlier, by the way.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad people are getting an entire.
I have 3 eagles in front of me, so it's.
Alrighty. Well, I am proud to introduce the Quiz of Eternity. Don't worry, it doesn't last for an eternity. Hopefully, it will. Hopefully, we'll be able to last through it. But this is a very simple quiz, similar to ones that I've shown you before, where we're going to be looking at a series of images, and I'm going to ask you to interpret those images and see if you can come up with some names and episode titles that are familiar from Space 1999. You chaps are going to be working together on this one, so I want to see some healthy collaboration to see if you can come up with the answers. So, round one. Round one.
Way, we're stuck with each other for the next 3 days, so we need to be nice to each other.
That's very true. Right. Well, how about this? Which Space 1999 episode is being depicted by these 2 images here?
I've got it. So
yeah, I've also got it. You want to say the first word?
War
Games.
Excellent. Very well done. You've immediately got the hang of that. Hopefully everyone in the quiz is following along as well. Feel free to leave your answers in the chat.
For a terrible moment, I thought there might have been an episode of Space 1999 called Jumping Horse Board.
Well, that would be excellent. So how about this one?
Alpha Child.
Correct.
It is indeed Alpha Child. Yes, you're getting these very, very easily. I promise they do get a little trickier as we go along.
See, the thing about Jack's quiz is that there's always a difficulty curve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, how about this one?
I've got
Say what you see.
Yeah.
Talk us through the process a little bit, maybe.
Okay. Well, the first picture is like soil or dirt or grind, but it is actually a handful of earth. If you see what we did there.
Well,
Chris, do you want to explain the second picture?
Shadow
there's
Moth
hands
is
and there's
suggesting
rope.
soil kidnap. Meanwhile, Simpsons Clips 24 is suggesting mud knots. Both sound like excellent episodes of Space 1999, but I fear they are not quite there yet.
My favorite episode of Space 1999, Dirt Rope. No, this is Earthbound with Christopher Lee.
It is indeed the lovely Earthbound there. Very well done indeed. Next up, how about this one? What are we seeing here?
Well, for a second, I thought it was full stop, but I recognize what it is now. It is the color of the second object is irrelevant. It is the shape of the second object that is pertinent.
Full circle.
It is indeed a full circle.
Yes, full circle. There we go. You're getting it. You got the hang of this one. I have to say, I thought this would be more of a challenge, but you guys just know your Space 1999 very well, and you know my fiendish games a little bit too well as well. Well, how about this one? Talk us through what this could be.
Okay, I think this is wrestling padiddling orb.
Yes.
Maybe. Any other suggestions?
Boxing finger globe. But I think
I think it's actually ring circle.
Oh yes, ring circle.
It's ring around the moon.
It is.
It is indeed ring around the moon. Lots of people in the chat getting that one, screaming it at you. Sequest, Paul Hyde. Shadow Moth suggested slingshot, which I'm not quite sure where that's coming from. Steven says ring around the moon. Lots of good suggestions there. But how about this next one here? What are we looking at here?
Got it.
Same.
It is quite clearly Sycamore Digger.
Sycamore Digger, yeah, that well remembered Space 1999 episode there.
Yeah,
but
Seed of Destruction.
Seed of Destruction, which of course was re-edited as a season 1 episode on the season 2 Blu-ray set. So if you want to watch it as if it was made as a season 1 episode, you could try that.
Yes, well, lovely stuff. A few people managed to get that in the chat as well. Very well done indeed. Next up, what? Just sound it out for us. What do we think we might have here?
AB cocoon.
A wasp butterfly. But of course, it is that very famous Year 2 episode with the green smoke and the scantily clad people, the AB chrysalis.
It is the AB chrysalis. It was unfortunate I wasn't able to really find a good image for the letter A. I kind of already used it when we did Alpha Child, but hey ho, you can't complain too much. Next up,
some say the best episode of Space 1999.
It features a young David Darth Vader Prowse getting hit in an unfortunate place with a fire extinguisher. It is indeed the Beta Clyde.
I remember I have such fond memories of going to your house, AC, one day, and for whatever reason, we were like, let's put the Beta Cloud on. And I have not laughed so much.
Yeah. The only comparable time was when we just randomly decided one night, let's watch Sub Rosa, the best episode of The Next Generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Wonderful stuff. Fascinating to know how you chaps spend your evenings. Next up, how about this one?
There's the door.
Images are slightly the wrong way around for that, but yeah. What do we think?
Door Snyder?
Something point. It's door something.
Something. It's Zack Snyder, I think. Is that Zack Snyder, Jack?
Oh, yes.
I can't tell you that.
It's not the person. It's where the person is. Where is he?
Con.
What's he at? Yeah.
The door cons. Yeah.
Hey.
Is that your final answer?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. It's Dorzak.
Well, I think that we get it for door cons because he's at a con. So I think we get that.
Okay. Well, you might enjoy the next question. How about this one?
Well, that's Dorzak Snyder's not here, so it's Dorzak.
It's Dorcocon.
Dorcocon. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
great. Well, fantastic. It's Dorcons. Yeah, you got me. That's the end of round one. You did almost quite well.
Almost quite well. We got them all.
Almost quite well.
Unfortunately, Jack Knoll is a type of organization that does not tolerate failure.
No. Well, I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself because we're going into round two now, where we're looking at famous faces from Moonbase Alpha. So see if you can come up with these names right here. Who are we looking at here?
We're looking at
Captain
Puppet
Carter
Puller
himself.
Yes, it is. Alan Carter.
It is indeed Alan Carter. Yes. Well done. I don't know who the guy on the left is. I'm not familiar with his work.
He lived and died just to give you an image to include in this game.
But that is indeed a cart. Someone pulling a cart, therefore a Carter. How about this one?
John Koenig. John
Oh,
Koenig.
is that the Instagram logo? Okay. Well, in that case, with that context, I could have got it. But since I had no idea what that was, because I don't use said platform, I would have been very.
That's why we're in a team, AC.
But you do use I assume you've used the platform on the left a little bit more. So
absolutely, and in fact, I have two of the central objects in my garage at the minute, so I knew what those were.
AC just can't walk past the traffic cone.
Yes. Well, it was indeed John Koenig. John Koenig, IG. Yeah. Some of these you just have to run with. Next up, how about this one?
Victor Bergman.
Could it be? Could it possibly be? It is indeed Victor Bergman. Because he's not. It's not winner ice cap bloke. It's Victor Bergman. Yeah. You guys
of the winner ice cap blokes.
Well, how about this one? What are we looking at here? Dissect these images for us.
Okay, what have we got in the first one? Is there, Chris? You're more navally minded than I am. Is there a technical term for what
I'm
they're doing?
thinking it's Murrow. So it'd be Paul Morrow.
Oh, Paul, as in your Paul. Okay,
yeah.
I'll go.
Paul Murrow.
I'll go with that logic. That seems perfect.
Yes, it is that famous Space 1999 character, Paul Morrow. Yeah. It's all right because Stephen managed to get it for us. Shadow Moth says, "Wow, these are quite clever." I'm glad someone thinks so. Okay, this is the last one for you chats before I throw it over to the audience for our bonus round. So, how about this one? What are we looking at here?
Hair or wig? Sum or math? Okay. I think I've got it. No, I don't have it.
Chris, what are you seeing here?
No, yeah, I do have it. I'm trying to think. What's it's the style
Matthias,
of the haircut. It is. It's Bob Matthias.
Yeah,
Bob
Good old Bob.
Matthias. Yeah.
I was trying to think, like, what's his first name? I can't remember. It's like Hair Wig something.
No, I was going Hieronymus Russell, and I was trying to make it work, but then I was like, but where's the math in it?
I was like, is there really a character called iDonkey?
Popular character iDonkey?
Well, Shadow Moth, suggests Hair Math iPony.
Sounds like a character from Harry Potter.
Yes, definitely seen working alongside Helena Russell in the medical unit frequently. Now, if everyone's ready, we have a bonus round here. This is everyone in the chat. This is your opportunity to get hold of Chris's unique prototype laboratory eagle, which is showing for us on screen there. So be ready in the chat. This is a different question to how all the previous ones have worked out. All I want to know is, in which 2 episodes of Space 1999 are these shots from that we're seeing on screen right now? They're both shots of the laboratory eagle, and which we've, of course, been talking about today. I want you to identify the names of the 2 episodes that we are seeing right here. So let us know, and we will try to pick who comes up with both answers first. We're looking for the names of 2 distinct episodes, and they're all coming in now. Who is going to get both answers first? Why? I believe
I've seen one. Yeah,
I think I've seen a correct answer. Yes, I think we're ready to go. It is Stephen Kite 3270 with Metamorph and All That Glisters. That was the correct answer. Congratulations, Stephen. You are the proud owner of the lovely prototype eagle that Chris is showing right there. Stephen, what I want you to do is go ahead and email support@gerryanderson.com. Send us your mailing address and we will get that sent out to you. Congratulations. Very well done indeed. And indeed, well done everyone for taking part in that quiz that I honestly thought would be more of a challenge, but you guys really, you guys nailed it straight off. You guys know your stuff.
See, what happens is that you did that one for the Thunderbirds one, and that traumatized us so much that we've completely recalibrated our way of thinking.
Now you look at random stock images and you're like, oh, what episode could that possibly be?
Not just stock images, Jack. It's everyday life. You're walking past, the houses outside. House, Eddie Houseman. It's end of the road alert.
Well, I'm glad to have had that effect on you. Otherwise, I think, everyone, that is our show for this evening. We've had a lot of fun chatting about the Laboratory Eagle and all things Eagle and all things Space 1999. It's been really fun to have all your suggestions in the chat about which sorts of eagles you'd like to see next and all that in-universe lore that we love chatting about so much. So if you've enjoyed this stream, please give us a like and let us know that you've had a good time. And otherwise, I just have to say thank you to Mr. Chris Thompson and Mr. Andrew Clements for joining me this evening. Thank you very much indeed. And one final reminder that pre-orders launch for the Laboratory Eagle tomorrow, July 31st on the Gerry Anderson store. Head to gerryanderson.com and you will see it there. And for this weekend, it's worth pointing out that there's actually some early bird pricing going on. So if you get in there, get your pre-orders in quickly this weekend, you will get a discount. It will be $99.99 instead of the standard $124.99. So definitely worth getting your pre-orders in early. So be on the lookout for that. And otherwise, thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you again very soon in another time, another place. Take care.
And very
Bye
briefly,
for now.
if you are in the north of England,
yes.
If you're in the north of England, then AC and I will be up at the Northern Horizon Convention in Newcastle. So come say hello to us there if you're about.
All right. Well, you can go and ask all your Space 1999 questions to Chris and AC in person. So go and see them there. Otherwise, take care. Bye for now.